How many Dragon Stones can you expect between now and the global Dokkan campaign? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan Battle video for you here today. We have another stone budgeting guide for you. We will be breaking down every stone you can get between now and September's global Dokkan campaign. Many of you guys have been asking for an update to this video, especially with the surprise announcement of the Dragon Ball Xenoverse crossover. So we're going to put together this video for you to give you everything you need to know, how many stones you're going to get between now and then, so you can make an informed decision on where to use your stones should you decide to summon anywhere between now and then. But I don't always recommend that you should. With that said, let's go ahead and let's hop into the first campaign here, and that is the April campaign. We're going to start with the April campaign here because it is the campaign that we are currently in, and I think it's important to know how many stones you actually got throughout this celebration. So let's go ahead and let's start here. So at the end of this month, if we break down everything we got here, starting from the beginning, right, with our login bonus, it's about 22 stones, right, 22 days of the campaign, which started on the 31st. Plus your extra stones that you get for the weekend, it's about 6 stones. So 22 plus 6, so we got 28 stones for just logging in. Another 28 for your daily missions, which are equal, which brings us to about 56. So you got a full multi right there just on logging in and doing your daily missions. Combined with the panel missions, which are about 11, which we did get twice this month, right? One for part 1, one for part 2. That comes out to about 22, so 78 stones right there. We got the Dokkan event for another 2 stones, bringing us to 80 stones right there. Then we have our inevitable showdown extra missions, and those only give about 3 stones there. We did get them twice this month, so another 3, so that's 86 stones right here. Now, I'm going to jump ahead real quick. We did get this JP Inevitable Showdown special missions, those extra 11th anniversary missions, and that actually came out to about 15 stones right there. So 101 stones is what we're at right now. Moving back on to the main campaign, right, we have Ultimate Clash for 21 stones, bringing us to 122. And then the new Seriously Serious Battles, which give about 9 stones. And so we got that one also twice during this campaign. So that is actually another 18 stones, bringing us to 140 on that. So, you know, that's most of the part 1 stuff, right? When we start digging into part 2, we got a few things coming here. First off, right, we have the Dokkan Special Day, which happened twice, so that's 20 stones right there, right, because they give 10 stones now, plus the Goku and Piccolo EZA, which is another 33, and World Tournament, which is 50, bringing our total so far to about 243 stones. So already that's kind of a lot. Also, we did kind of skip over the Raditz EZA, but he's right here, right? Raditz EZA is another 33, plus ESBR for 8, bringing us to 284 stones. So pretty good there. Moving on, we also have the Dokkan Frontier. Now, this only gave about Dokkan Frontier. I don't actually think it gave a whole lot. I think it was only like 5 stones, right? Because it's just for completing the stages. With the Ultimate Speed Battle, we got another 11 stones here. So that brings us to 289 plus 11 brings us to 300 stones right there. And then plus the we got a burst mode for the Dokkan event for this event here, and that gave us, you know, 19 stones for burst mode. So we got 319 plus this survive mission once per day, runs for about 10 days, gets us about 10 stones. Still going today, actually, bringing our total to 329. Plus, well, for some reason it's not listed here, part of the April Fool's event, we got this Cybermen mission, which gave us about, how many stages were there? 6 stages plus 5, so another 11 stones, bringing our total to 340 for the month of April. So if you did all of your if you did all of your missions here for the month, you've got 340 stones. That's pretty good for a monthly celebration. They've really been amping up the April celebration. So honestly, pretty good for April. That brings us on to the next campaign. So I'm not going to factor in the crossover campaign because we don't know if it's a separate campaign or the Golden Week campaign. For now, we're going to operate on the basis of crossover being Golden Week, or that it's entirely separate and there's just a regular Golden Week celebration. And we're going to base our total off of that for this year. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's start looking at what was available during this campaign. So Golden Week tends to give a lot more than other celebrations here, right? Like if we look at the login bonuses way down here, where are they? Like it's like way down here, because the way they do, I don't like the way Dokkan Info updates this. All right, so the bonus did run for the entirety of the month, right? So we got 27 days-ish on the there it is, right? Plus 27 days at 2 Dragonstones each, plus we had 4 weekends in the month, so that's actually 8 stones. So we actually had a total of 56 stones for logging in and doing your dailies, plus your missions, right? Those came in and got you, right, your daily missions, 27 plus 8, right? So 27 plus 8, that gives us 91 stones right there for just logging in. That's actually really good. Combined with the panel missions, again, 22, we're going to assume, that's 113 stones. We did get one special weekend during this period, so that's 21 stones for the full weekend. So 134 is what we're looking at here. So honestly, really good. Obviously we have the Dokkan event ×2, which gives us 4 more stones, so 138 there. Moving on, another seriously serious battles, which we did get 2 of during this period, so that's another 18 stones for 156. So again, we're just assuming that it's going to follow the same path as previous Golden Weeks. These stones may be equated to different events, but the overall stone count should be relatively consistent, even if the missions or exact events aren't the same. Moving on, our inevitable showdown, we got 159 because we're getting 3 extra stones from here. So good. Moving on, we do have our Super Extreme Z battle, which gave us 3 stones plus another 33 from the Hidden God Goku Easy A, bringing us to 195. Infinite Dragon Ball History giving us another 24, Flash another 21, and we got new missions for the 3 red zones. It's hard to see because you can't go back and see these missions anymore because of the way they updated the website. But I believe it was 3 missions each, totaling 5 stones, so 30 total we're going to average. Might be a little more, might be a little less. Again, we can't really go back and see the missions now because of the update and shifting everything to one single event. Okay, but that brings us to 270. Next, we got another ESBR for 8 stones, another World Tournament for 50, bringing our total to 328. Missions here, now this was only like 1 or 2 missions, so we're going to err on 15 up to 3 missions. Could be more, could be less, but we'll just assume there'll be some kind of mission for some type of event that'll add that. Bringing our total to 343 plus 11 for the Peton Battle, 354. For the intensifying fights, that was 15 stones there. 369 is our total, and that's pretty much it for the part 1. All right, so we're going to shift our focus now to part 2 from the campaign. There wasn't much else other than a new burst mode, which gave us 319, the Kefla Easy A, which gave us 33 stones, bringing our total to 421. Then now this is where things get a little tricky, because we also got during this period, right, like not really a top grossing, but they did just give, because it's a major campaign, they just give us 30 stones. So I'm going to count that in here. It was like a thank you for playing type deal. So we got that. And so that brings us to 451, plus the initial 10 for the login brings us to 461. And that's not all that was in the campaign. So just from the campaign alone, there was 461. But we also had the Goku Gohan and Goten Day, the campaign that coincided with this. Now, there wasn't too much there, but there were some login bonuses, right? So for the login bonuses, we get 42 Dragon Stones, plus the Book of War missions, which gave us another, I think it's just 3 stones. 3 stones for the Book of War missions. So 506 stones for the month of May. That's honestly pretty good. So if we add that to our total here from April, we're already looking at about 846 stones for the month. So let's just update our total here. So again, if you saved all through April, which you should have done, if you save and skip Golden Week, you've got 846 just to work on top of whatever you already had. So awesome deal there. So let's move on to the next campaign, because this is where things get a little tricky, because June can fluctuate. June can be really high in the stone count or really low in the stone count depending on the year. So we're just going to operate off of last year and assume it's very similar to the Tao celebration, which is honestly, if it is, it's average for your campaigns. So logins, it's a standard, month-long celebration, about 25 days. Might be a little longer because of the shift in the schedule that we talked about prior. This one here, moving Transcendent Dokkan campaign closer to July. So this may shift, but we'll just say 25 days for the campaign. So if we operate off of that 25 days for the login bonus, that's roughly, what is that? 25 plus 8 for the weekends. That's 33 stones. Then same thing for the missions, right? So 66 stones right there on login and missions. Again, 2 parts for the panel missions here. So we're going to assume 22 stones there. So 88 is what we're to be expecting there. Dokkan event for Tao gives us 2 events, 2 stones rather. So there we go. That's 90 stones. Now we did have this event, which you could collect up the broken pillar in exchange for stones. You could do that twice, which came out to about 40 stones, right? 20 stones each time. And then you had your inevitable showdown for 3, right? So we're at 133 for this campaign. For the EZA, we got the Ginyu EZA for 33 stones, bringing us to 166. Now, Million Arena didn't really give too many stones unless you started to qualify, so I'm not going to count that. I'm just going to give the initial 3 stones here. I'm just going to give the initial 3 stones here, and that's it. So that actually puts us at 142. Moving on, right? Seriously Serious Battles, that's another 18 because we got 2 of those, plus ESBR and Virtual Clash for 21. 189 is what we're looking at here. Pretty awesome deal, right? With our support memory boost, that was 15 stones, Peton Battle another 11, and we got some additional stages to this. Now, we haven't gotten any new event that they can add new stages to, but we might get a new red zone, so we're just going to err on the side of that, and we're going to say that for the red zone, we're just going to say 15. All right, it could be more if they add an entirely new red zone event. We don't know if they will, and this also applies to the Golden Week, which I did not count, but I mean that could also be factored into some of those other stones. Then we got the Dragon Ball Story events, which gave, how much did this give us? 19 stones, right? So 19 stones from this, that equaled 249 stones total is what we're looking at here. And then that's pretty much it from part 1. So if we want to scroll on up here and look at the TN portion, the part 2, not a whole lot extra here. We did get Yamcha's ECA for 33 stones, and then the burst mode for another 19, bringing us to 301. During this time, we also had the legendary campaign, which gave us 20 stones for awakening TN. So we got about 321 stones from this campaign. So if we want to add that to our total here, 846, 321, already we are looking at 1,167 stones. Excellent. Perfect deal. Now, alrighty, so that brings us to the next campaign. So we are going to operate off of the Transcendent Dokkan campaign, assuming it's going to be a similar level as it was last year. And we're going to operate based off of these stones here. And this will be the, sort of the last major piece of our count. So Transcendent Dokkan campaign is going to run roughly from July 7th to about the beginning of August, usually, right? The next, it's pretty much going to run a full month, with the August Dokkan Fest dropping somewhere between the 5th and the 11th. So we're just going to assume 30 days, right? So 30 plus 8 for our login, our weekend login. So 38 stones plus another 38 for missions. So 76 stones there. Now, the login could be more because it is Transcendent Dokkan campaign. Last year it wasn't double stones, but this year it could be, since they're moving it back to that major portion of the celebration. With our panel missions, we get another 22 for 98 stones total. And then I believe you got 15 stones from Purunga, because you could trade 4 stones as on top of tickets. So we're going to assume that. For the Dokkan event, we get another 2 stones, bringing us to 115. With our Inevitable Showdown, we get another 3 for 118 stones. For the Golden Frieza Easy A, we got 33, and we got a brand new Red Zone stage for 55. Missions would be added later to this. Once again, we can't see the mission, so we're just going to assume it's your standard 55, which I do believe is what it was. So we're just going to work with that. Next, we got the Union Master, which gave us 24 stones, bringing our total to 233 stones. Plus 24 from Infinite Dragon Ball History for 257. Another 18 for the Seriously Serious Battles, 275. Intensifying Fights gave us 15 stones for 290. We also got 2 ESBRs during this time, so 16 stones there, bringing us to 306. Added on a Virtual Dokkan Clash for 327 with 21 stones added there. Now, once again, we have random missions. We can't say exactly what they were, but there were 3 missions here and 2 missions here. So we're just going to go ahead and give out, you know, that assumption that it'll be somewhat similar in terms of stone count. So we'll say 15 stones for the FOB and another 10 for that. For the Battle-Hardened Formidable Foes, whatever those missions end up being, and that brings us to 352. This honestly could just be an entirely new, like, Red Zone Kai event, for example, here, or something else, whatever it ends up being. So we'll just work with that. Next, we had a DB story. Now, this DB story did get us actually 24 stones, bringing our total to 376. More or less, right? It's always varying based on the stage that it has. Then we got a burst mode for 19 stones, 395. Another Peton battle for 11 stones there. Really, really, really good. 406 is what we're sitting at here. And that's pretty much it for part 1. So if we want to scroll on up here and start looking at part 2, all right, this is where things get interesting. We got 3 for the Super Easy A, and this event actually gave a ton of stones here. This event gave us 28 stones for missions, gave us another 14 for, it gave us 28 stones for missions, another 14 for completing it. So that's 14 plus 28 equals 448 is what we're looking at there. Plus this event here. Now, it didn't give us so much, but it was 3 and it gave us some age meat. So 451 for TDC. Now, again, this could change, but that's usually about average for Transcendent Dokkan campaign, rather, or rather, you know, Tanabata as it was previously known. So if we wanted to update our total here, 451 plus 1167, we've got 1,608 stones. So let's just go ahead and give that an update here. Excellent. Okay. All right. And then lastly, that brings us to our August Dokkan campaign. Now, this one is really hard to quantify because we don't know how they can handle it. The way they handled it last year, it was pretty much tied into GDC. So a lot of the stones were absorbed into the GDC count, which means The campaign itself didn't really give all that much outside of one EZA and then these stages, and that was pretty much it. So really hard to kind of build off that. But if we assume logic, previous August Dokkan campaigns, it's actually one of the lower campaigns. And so we'll just average about 200 stones. Could be more, could be less. But that brings our total to 1,818 stones. Now, this is our grand total here prior to the start of the global Dokkan campaign. This does not factor countdown campaigns, which could range anywhere from 15 to 100 stones, depending on what they add during the campaign. So I'm not going to factor those. But if they do, that pushes our total over 2,000 stones between now and GDC. So I just want to throw out here that that's a big number. And the reason this number is important, of course, right, because once we start moving into GDC, we're going to have that Dokkan Fest pity, which is 2,500 stones. So you want to be setting yourself up for success as much as you can to prepare for this campaign. You want to be able to pity at least one unit within that campaign. And if you're walking in with 2 grand, then you've got it, man. You're going to get pity at a minimum 1 unit out of that campaign, which is, you know, that's what you want, right? Because the campaign itself is going to give over 1,000 stones in of its own, probably closer to 15. That's usually the way Global Dokkan campaign works. And seeing as they did mention they want to up both of these campaigns, Transcendent Dokkan campaign and Global Dokkan campaign, we could definitely see more stones come out of this campaign as well. But who's to say? But this is what we're working with for now. So guys, that is it for our video. That is our total stone count for now until GDC, about 1,800 stones. If you guys liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know how many stones do you have right now and how many will you have once you factor in your savings for GDC. Let us know in the comments down below. We'll check in with you again at the end of Golden Week to see how you did on your stone savings and let you know where we're at between now and GDC. But let us know where you're at now in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching and aloha.